Hello, my name is Mark Taylor. I'm the owner of Taylor Construction, have been so for 35 years. This film is the first of a 5-part series on rural land development and as it applies to rural projects, home siting in Southern Oregon or the Oregon area. We have picked the sand filter system as the first film series. Not only is it very important, but it's actually critical in the whole process of rural land development. Without a septic approval, you really can't have a home. And so the sand filter is a very popular and prominent treatment system for rural land development. The system is comprised of a septic tank, which is very similar to a centralized system that a city would have, would be like a clarifier or a large holding tank that separates out the solids. And then the water is moved to a aerobic medium, a sand filter box, in which the pressure or the pump in the tank aerates the effluent, breaks it down, and sends it to, in the view here that you can see, is a ADS hand core type of a holding box that works very well for the distribution of the effluent throughout the, in this case, 150 lineal feet of trench line. One of the first things that you want to note, and I should have mentioned it earlier, is that whenever you're digging in Oregon, if you're a homeowner or a contractor digging in Oregon, is to call the 811 locate number for digging in Oregon. This will cause the respective utilities to come out and locate the gas lines, the power lines, and the respective utilities, so you don't end up with what could be a serious accident if you interrupt one of those very important utilities. The treatment system is important in a couple of respects. If you don't properly site the area that the drain field and the filter box is going to go on, sometimes you can affect where the well is going to go, and you could potentially impede your whole development if the treatment area isn't identified and located pretty much initially. It's very critical because it affects the well. And we'll talk about setbacks because they're so important. First off, it is the well. The well is your potable water supply. It has to be a minimum of 100 feet from the drain field. And you also have geographical considerations. The topography of the land is very important. I should say, if you have sharp drop-offs, you must maintain a setback distance, usually of 50 feet, depends on your jurisdiction, to be back from any sharp drop-offs. The steepness of the ground will also denote the type of system that you have. And as I say, or as I mentioned, there are 3 types of primary systems. There are standard drain fields, there's the sand filter system, and your alternative systems, your ATT type of systems. And this gives you some options, but it's very important to employ a licensed DEQ installer that can give you these parameters ahead of time. And I would strongly recommend, as a homeowner, you don't attempt to take on a treatment system in Oregon, because they are difficult, and without the right amount of professionalism, you could literally cost yourself thousands of dollars. I'd like to show the view of what the filter box looks like. Just up the hill, you'll see a mound. I hope the screen shows the you can get an indication of how much dirt has to be moved. There's a hillside that you can see the white baskets up there that'll eventually be part of the curtain drain. In this area, we had to move approximately 80 to 100 yards of dirt on the hillside to site the filter box itself, and we will get a later view of the filter box, and we'll show it with the water treatment process. Actually, in the initial stage, the sprays, we call it, are the squirt test, which is a DEQ requirement that it shows the hydraulic capability of the pump, so one will know that the system's going to be working, that the effluent will be shot up into a filter fabric medium. So we'll look at that shortly.